Yes, guys, what is up? This is the No Drinks in the Booth podcast with Chris Watson. Give us a hey, mate.
What's up?
We got Wade Kadir.
Hello.
And me, Pavan Saki. So,
I'm hyped.
First pod. Yeah, this is a big day for us, guys.
Chris is really excited, but he's 45 minutes late with technical difficulties.
Yeah, so
you didn't actually have to say that, but that is true.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
But we made it. We made it.
Basically, we have already been recording for about 45 minutes, but because Chris wanted to use AirPods, like, we just have to wait. But if you're watching the video on our YouTube, which you can find in the link.
It's these 45 minutes that count, so I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, but yeah, guys, first pod. We've been trying to start this for a while, haven't we, guys? This has been a year in the making of me trying to start one with Chris, and then Wade trying to start one with Chris, and then us realizing that actually that was an absolutely terrible idea. We should just do it as a 3. So now we're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first pod. So
great minds think alike.
Yes.
Yes, that is it. So yeah, guys, first pod. So we thought, what better to do than talk about lockdown? Because who has not had enough coronavirus in their life?
What a brilliant idea.
America hasn't had enough coronavirus by the sounds of it. Where it's going, wow.
Mate, you think Trump's bad? Wait till Ye.
You wait till Kanye West, I know.
Oh.
Great music.
If Kanye West becomes the president, does Stronger have to become their national anthem? Because I
think it does.
Can you imagine that?
Personally, I don't care as long as I can still go Disney World, but
because that's going to be his first policy. Yeah, guys, do you know what? I know I'm a great musician, but fuck Disney World, mate. Let's just close that shit up.
Well, didn't he say he'd give $1 million to everyone with a child?
Oh my god!
Oh, that has a child.
No.
Yeah,
what I was going to say was, as we've already said, Kanye West is a whole topic. Like,
we should do
that.
We
is not a
will
subtopic.
do a podcast.
We're not even going to do
that is a
Kanye
whole
today.
episode we're going to have to do at some
Yeah,
point.
we can't even. Just the wonders of Ye.
What
wonders of Ye.
Realistically,
Although if you say that in London, that means a very different thing.
Well, what has everyone actually done? Like, been up to since we last spoke? I'd say since we last podcasted, but this is the first one. So
yeah.
What have we been doing? So it's been 22 years in
gigs?
culmination to this one moment.
Any good gigs we've been doing? DJing? You know? No, unfortunately not. Oh no, actually we've been doing live streams. We've all been doing live streams, haven't we? We've all been
Besides
doing
this
live streams.
week.
Check the thing out.
Yeah. Staying sessions. Big up staying
Link
sessions.
might be in the bio if
none
I get
of
that
us
asked.
None of us actually did one this week, did we?
I mean, Chris hasn't done one for about a month.
No, yeah, but Chris has got
3 weeks.
Chris has
3 weeks. Oh yeah, sorry, mate.
Chris has
The
had
best part of a month. Let me
going
rephrase.
backwards and forwards between Birmingham and Chelmsford.
Yeah, listen, staying sessions.
I actually was
Big
quite
up
glad I
every
had a
time,
break.
but
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So just for the betterment of the viewers and a bit of context, we are all working DJs, but we don't want to talk too much about DJing because there's far too many podcasts that are doing that mediocrity already, and about 10 have popped up in the last week.
If that's a word,
if that's a word,
that's what people are doing.
Yeah. What people are doing is checking to see if that was a word. Yeah. All 7 people listening, they're like, yeah, let me get the dictionary out.
7 people listening for now. It's only the first one. We're just warming up. We're just warming up right now. We're just warming up. That's what we're doing.
We out here, man. We out here. But yeah, not been doing much. That sounds immensely fucking excited. Yeah, guys. First pod, let's go into a bang. Yeah, so what have you been doing? Yeah, absolutely
nothing. Well, realistically, we all work like outside of lockdown and coronavirus.
Yeah.
We all work multiple nights of the week, including the weekend, at various different gigs, playing music to people as DJs.
Yeah. So what
but inside this lockdown, we've done nothing besides stream and then have a week off.
I've been drinking a lot of beer recently. I've really got into Fosters. Like, I was okay with Fosters. Like, if I'm going to have a tinny, I'll have a Fosters. But it's just gone to shit recently.
Chris has done like interesting stuff. Your song got 1 million billion views that you produced and stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
Who would have thunk it?
Oh, there you go. I mean, no. Lockdown, I think, has been good and bad. I know that's like an easy thing to say, but I think there's been some good parts and some bad parts.
Can you smell that? Or is that a politician's answer?
That is a politician. That is. I literally was thinking that as I said it.
There's always positives and negatives to every situation.
But it's true. It has been good. I think good and bad, especially when it comes to music as well. Like it's been some good things.
Did you just say there's been some good and bad music in lockdown?
No, hold on. To everybody listening, to everybody listening,
it's almost like that is the topic.
No. I know. See what I did there? But listen, to everyone listening, Pav thinks the music has been basically awful for like the whole of lockdown. Is that right? Is that fair to say?
I mean, yeah. I mean, so I'll be honest.
I don't think it has. I think there's been some good records that have come out from various scenes.
You're very passionate about this because you're getting very loud in that microphone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, I might have to turn my headphones down a bit.
I was just thinking that.
Listen, come on. I think, listen, if we weren't all passionate about it, we wouldn't be doing the podcast, would we? Like, this is what we're here to, guys. This is what we're here to talk about.
It's like this a presidential rally. This is.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But no, this is what we're here to talk about.
Well, yeah, but yeah. So I mean, I try and keep up with music because work, need money. So I mean, first port of call for me every week, Friday night. Well, not even Friday night, Friday morning. New Music UK, Spotify. That's just how I do it every week without fail, and then I'll like filter through all the playlists. And like normally there's like 50 songs that go on there, 50, 60 tunes, and I might listen to maybe 20 or 30 because you get all the like random like country songs that I don't listen to. But recently, like I say recently, like since about March, I'm looking on there and I'm like, I'll normally be like, yep, good, bad. And I've got a playlist. It's called my Need to Playlist on Spotify. That is what it's called. And I'm like, yeah, I'll put all the songs in there, the ones that I like, and like the ones that I actually need to like play out or even just listen to. It ain't changed for 2 months, mate.
No,
just be honest. It's not. The last 2 months, I think I've downloaded like a couple of DJ edits. In fact, I'll tell you what song I did download. This is going to come as a shock to everyone because I've definitely not been talking about this song for the last 2 weeks. Listen, Natalie Don't by Ray is the only good song to come out in the last 3 months. I said it.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. So I was in the car with my mates the other day and I was like, y'all play this tune. Yeah. And I was like, yo, it's a banger. And they will look at me like, yeah, it's all right, but you just hyped it like it was the best thing since sliced bread.
Are you saying the best tune to come out of the UK or the best tune to come out full stop? The only track you've heard that you actually like? Genuinely.
I'm not really on a US thing anyway, so I don't particularly check for. Not like I don't listen to US music. I just don't. I'm not looking at it like that. I tend to listen to the UK artists more. But that song, listen, Ray's vocals on that tune, top level.
It's a very good song. It's very Dua Lipa.
Production, so good.
Very Dua Lipa.
This is the thing. If Dua Lipa had made that song, it would already have been number one, and she would be getting knighted by the Queen.
What's the song that Dua Lipa made that's very similar? Don't Break My Heart. Or Don't Stop Me Now. Don't Stop Me Now.
It's like that disco-based thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the whole disco thing.
The Future Nostalgia is like all 80s disco, and it's all like that kind of stuff.
But the thing is, with the Ray tune, Natalie Don't, I really like it, by the way.
Yeah.
If that come out before Dua Lipa's that whole album come out, would you still feel the same way about it, or would you feel differently about it? Because then Dua Lipa would have come out with a similar sound. As in, I feel like it's maybe a bit more acceptable because that sound is already quite mainstream.
I get what you mean, but you know what? Like listening to, so like for me, the first big problem that I have with that, well, I say the big problem, like the only problem I have with Natalie Don't, it's going in the pop charts for everything, which I'm like, yeah, it is a pop song, but like any genre of music can be a pop song. It just means it's popular. Like that's the only classification for pop music. I'm like, why is it not in like the R&B charts or like it's like, you know what I mean?
Like
it's
R&B song, that's the thing.
No, but do you know what I mean? As in like it can be in the R&B ones, it can be in the disco ones. It's on that cusp on all of them. Like if Neo was on that song, it would be an R&B song.
This is what we were saying when we were putting ideas together for this podcast, is that Ray is massively underrated, and maybe that's because 100%. She doesn't stick to like a certain genre, because she's kind of like all over. Like she's got features with like David Guetta, she's doing stuff with like the UK.
She got a David Guetta song.
Yeah, she's got a song with David Guetta.
Yeah.
Like,
send me the link.
Yeah. And then she's done this one, which is like a Dua Lipa-esque one. And it's like the guys that picked her up when she did the song with Kojo Funds are not going to pick her up and be like, oh, I love this track when they hear this new one, Dua Lipa style, because maybe there's a conflict of kind of fan base there.
Yeah. Do you think, because I sort of think this, maybe a bit about Ray, is the fact she doesn't have like a sound, like for example, we all know Dua Lipa has a sound at the moment. All these, I can't think of any other pop stars.
Like if you listen to like a Calvin Harris song,
or a Mahalia song, like they've all got sounds. Yeah. Do you think maybe where she's on a lot of pop house records and just pop records, and then like a Kojo Funds record, she hasn't found like her niche, as in someone like Becky Hill, who is a really good vocalist, has sort of found her niche in sort of
near as good as Ray, in my opinion.
Yeah, but she's found her niche in like UK sort of house music or poppy house music. Electronic dance. Yeah. But speaking with electronic dance music, quickly, it sort of ties into Ray. It doesn't. Chris, you mostly know this because you're a big fan, and I saw you with the vinyls. Disco, Glitterbox, Defected, they're putting out a great sound, and it's selling. Yes. It's doing well. Yeah. Boys Noise mainline, amazing. Boys Noise release mainline, amazing track. Shapeshifters and Billy Porter, amazing track. Duck Sauce, which I know it's not on Defected, but same thing. Armand Van Helden A track.
Same guys.
Disco, same thing. Doing really well. Streaming's down. I think 85%.
Is it?
Something silly. Well, during lockdown, it was down something like, I think 75 or 85%. Because what are you going to stream? You're not doing nothing. You're sat indoors watching TV. You don't need to stream music.
Oh, yeah, I get what
you're not going to work.
Like, you're not driving and stuff.
No.
I think streaming is Tootsie Slide. That's it. What else? What song do you need?
Mate, let's hold on that for a minute, because that's hold on. Sorry, that's a whole 20 minutes.
I just opened that can. Whoa. Hold on. Sorry, wait. Continue.
My point is, within house and electronic music, their releases have still been steady. Like, it doesn't seem like they've held or pulled back or pushed back releases. They've like Boys Noise mainline. I think if everything was normal and we was playing in clubs, it would definitely be a really big summer track, especially in Ibiza. But I feel like they've just gone full steam ahead, lockdown or no lockdown. They're putting tracks out, and they're good tracks.
Do you think a lot of artists can't afford to do that, though? So obviously, especially now. I mean, even most of your sort of niche artists are all signed now. Like, Nathan Dawes got a record deal with Atlantic, who are like one of the biggest record labels ever. Yeah.
Speaking of record labels, side note, did anyone see the stuff on
the Drake thing?
No, not Drake. No. The stuff with Sony, I think it was Sony Music, and they won't be sending out their artists or their artists that signed to their label. They won't be sending out their music to DJ pools or promo pools anymore. Anyone see that?
Are they not?
I actually didn't see that.
I've not seen that, but I think that's such a pointless thing.
I think I'm pretty certain it was Sony.
Because
there was a lot of backlash on Twitter, because obviously it won't go on the DJ streaming pools, DJ record pools we use, Beat Source, DJ City, DMS.
I think it's maybe the stupidest thing you can do, because literally,
what is the thinking behind that? Like, what is the thinking behind that?
I agree.
I kind of see it sometimes. So sometimes they'll hold the releases on DJ City for a week or two, because then that way you buy it. And then that goes to the chart. If you download it from DJ City, it doesn't count on the charts, or Beat Source or Beatport or whatever. So I can kind of understand it.
I don't know if it's worldwide. I don't know if it's...
I'm like, yo, if you put a song on DJ City and I like it, I'll download it. And then if I download it, more than likely I'll play it, because I limit my downloads. Because I don't want to download everything. And I'll listen to everything and then download the songs that I like. So realistically, you're getting played. And when you're doing 3 or 4 gigs plus a week to different crowds in different places, everybody's hearing that.
Yeah, I'm not.
So even if they're like, oh yeah, this is a good song, but I have no idea what it's called. Everyone's got this Snapchat Shazam thing.
Yeah, I don't know 100%.
I made a career out of that.
Sony Music, you know what? But I'm pretty certain it is Sony Music.
Do you know what? I think this is our question. It's like, what are the songs we're actually downloading? So Sony are not going to send their music to our like record pools that we're looking at. But at the minute, I mean, I've hardly downloaded anything off any record pools for the whole of lockdown. So for me, I'm just like, you know what? If it's not on the record pool, then I'll just get it off something else.
I'll tell you what I did. That's why I downloaded.
So
I downloaded.
I love the way Chris went. I'll get off something else like iTunes,
which is a legitimate service. But things obviously going back to what we were saying about EDM and house music and stuff. That's the thing. What are we actually? Obviously, I think house not been downloading great. Anything. House has been great during lockdown, and it's fantastic. But what are we actually downloading? You know, like
have you heard Joe Stone, Superstar?
The Jamelia
Stone,
cover.
the guy, the Jamelia cover. The guy, Joe Stone's the guy that made. This is how we do it. This
is the thing that annoys me. It's listen. I'm not that one is actually quite good, but this is the thing that annoys me about a lot of this.
Hang on, can I say something? Can I say something?
Here we go. Hold on.
Is it the formula of take an old popular record that was R&B and poppy and make it into a UK dance
Nathan
record?
Nathan Dawson's made a career out of that. Leave him alone.
This is the thing.
No,
Nathan Dawson had like SoundCloud. And he's got
and
Flowers is a good song, and Cheating before that, which is an old song, is a
really good song. Yeah,
I actually prefer Cheating to Flowers.
The original song that Nathan Dawe obviously sampled by you and made Cheating out of, that's a fantastic a cappella.
Yeah,
like fantastic
same
song.
With the new Majestic one, where they remade Heard It All Before, Sunshine Anderson.
Yeah, but that seems to be
the thing is, I think we've just found something that we're all very opinionated on. This particular thing about rehashing old songs.
Welcome to the No Drinks in the Booth podcast.
I think all of us, in fact, I know that I've spoken to like both of you before, and you've said you agree with me,
mate. First time,
it's
mate.
Like
I just jumped into this Zoom call,
but we've all said how like where actually is the originality in that side of music, like house, electronic. Like there's so many records that have come out, and some have done well, but they've been hammered across the radio. Like where's the actual organic like originality?
Let's stick on
those records.
My whole thing about the whole rehashing of older songs, R&B, garage songs, and making them newer songs is if it's done well, it's done fantastically well, and if it's done bad, it's normally
the biggest remake in history. Also made a whole artist. Whitney Houston, "I Will Always Love You" is a Dolly Parton song.
Yeah,
when done well, and they sound very different. The first one is a country song. It's acoustic guitar and her just singing. And then obviously, "I Will Always Love You," Whitney Houston, is maybe the biggest ballad of all time.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say it's like
we were talking like top 5, 6. Like we're talking like it's in there. Like if you're talking, if someone says play a ballad, you play that song. Like it's one of those tunes.
But music, that was when music came out in like a different way than what it does now. There's so much music.
I mean, it was in a film.
That was hype at the time. Like that's like that is like at the time that like
but nobody knew it was a Dolly Parton song though.
I think the thing is,
you see what I'm getting at.
It's only because we've got whosampled.com.
Yeah, that's a great website. The thing is, I think now it's become a trend in UK popular like I'd say like pop dance music.
Remember, you know, like
it's
you get those starter pack things
to use. It's become a trend. Yeah. It's a trend of taking a popular R&B song.
Get your white Air Max, put a cap on, black t-shirt, black skinny jeans, some HD 25s, SM58, and just find an old song, remake it, put a bit of a house beat on it, and you're done. I just think Chris is doing it.
Did you just describe me? I mean, I've actually so far not done the remake thing yet.
But my point is,
are you waiting for our validation?
If you look at,
I'm not going to do that. Absolutely not. Like, you know, and this is the thing. There's been a couple ones that have hit really well, like Joel Corey, "Sorry" being one. That is actually, in my opinion, a great. It actually is a great.
It's a great record on its own.
It's done justice to the original, and then albeit Monster Boy not being credited, but it's done just the original. It's a great remake, and it actually is connected with a lot of people. But there's so many that just like.
Well, this is my point. Is when they're done well.
Where's the originality? You know.
When they're done well, the Nathan Dawe Cheating, the Flowers, Joel Corey, Sorry, they're done very well. But then I think the problem is a lot of producers might look at that trend of taking a popular song that was already popular, and then making it into literally like a dance song. it's like, oh, take generic vocal that was good, put house beat, put organ, done. As in, these songs take a lot more than just that. They've had to literally redo the song.
Do you think that's why R&B's died?
What, because they're taking loads of sampling?
Are you talking about in lockdown?
I think generally. So, I'm the R&B
I wouldn't say
guy.
that.
I'm a old school like slow jams R&B guy, like Sunshine Anderson, like that kind of style song. Like, Justified,
Mary.
Justin Timberlake. Like, you want to be listening to Neo in the club. Do you know what I mean? I'm that guy.
Pav, you just give the crowds that sweet loving, don't you? Through music.
But
that's what you do.
So is my thing. What you I've always said, if two people get together and like I was playing, that's credit, mate.
It's almost like a threesome.
That's my relationship. That is. What? I blossom that.
That's my.
It's like a gardener. They're the plants, but I'm putting the water on.
Yeah. I guess it is.
That is me. And
I was
the sauce, mate.
I was going to say it's almost like a threesome because you're just like there, but obviously,
so
if you want to use the garden and the water, that's also another way you could describe it. But it's up to you, mate.
Mad.
I mean,
okay. So what okay, well, this is going off topic.
Back on topic.
So what's music in lockdown?
No, what's the verdict on the Joe Stone Superstar, the Jamelia cover?
I'm giving that song a plus. Also, that came out like literally at the beginning of lockdown.
Yeah,
that was like 27th of March or something. So it was
that
like
most probably would be a song that was going to be his gig song for this year. Yeah.
He was releasing that so that he gets on. You know, when they do like the last minute additions, he's like, yeah, I'm going to get Glasto's second stage and I'll do a little bit of wireless.
It would be
Joe Stone?
Definitely. Well, don't about Glastonbury.
Yeah, like you know, like you get like the tents and shit.
More
like
Glaston's
got like 15 stages. Like I'll get a little bit of Tomorrowland third stage or something.
But Glastonbury's very like their festival lineup is like hand curated. It's very well thought out process. I think the point is the Joe Stone song would have been in a commercial club.
But this is the thing. I just got to say, just on what we just said there, one more point I think on this is that festivals like Glastonbury, they're not going to select artists like Joe Stone, as great as the track is, and he's done had some hit records. I actually really enjoy his music. That the party which he did in 3-4 years ago, I really love that record. Great stuff.
That was a good tune.
For him, I just think for him to like progress as an actual like artist that is going to get like a cult following, a dedicated following, and get onto festivals like Glastonbury, like he needs to come out with original stuff because. I agree. People that curate the Glastonbury lineup, you know, they want to see originality, and a producer and DJ as talented as him, which is proven by numbers, he could just channel that kind of talent into some original stuff.
So what's your forget about Glastonbury? What's your verdict on the track? Good, bad, in between?
We'll do festivals
not bothered.
Later. I'm a plus, but I'm like, it's a little bit of a throwaway tune, but it's good. Like, if I was doing a main room gig somewhere, I will play it. And if I heard it when I was out, I'd be like, oh, this is nice. This is a good tune. And obviously, Jamelia, Birmingham Ting and that. Shout out.
I think Joe Stone is like Dutch, maybe? Overseas?
Are we all going plus on that song, or are we going minus, or are we going neutral? I'm a plus personally.
Pav's a plus. Chris is what were you, Chris?
Are you just neutral? Just like a
I don't know.
Either way.
I'd say I'm a plus on it. I think it's
neutral.
Good. I think it's a good commercial dance track. It follows the trend, but again, that's a trend that won't last forever. And Joe Stone, I'm sure, has got other stuff.
I think the track is neutral, but I think Joe Stone could do better. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the records he's put out before and remixes he's put out before, he's someone that can actually he's got like the talent in the studio to bring something like, if he put his mind to it, like really unique. So the track,
Moving on from look, I think we all me and Pav say it's a plus. Chris is like neutral because he feels like Joe Stone
Chris, your
could do better.
Is not relevant here.
Chris has been thrown out. But speaking of electronic music, because this ties in, Juice WRLD, Marshmello. Juice WRLD obviously put out an album, and one of the tracks is called "Come and Go," and it's with Marshmello.
That's like the big single from the song, from the album. Really.
Yeah, it's the main single that's getting pushed by the label that will be.
So, I said I'll take charge of this podcast, and what I did was very nicely actually. I made a whole playlist and sent it to the lads. And I was like, lads, you know what? There's like 10, 15 songs on here. You've probably heard most of them. All the songs we're going to talk about today. Most of them are pop songs. You've heard them. Any ones you haven't, just take a little listen. You'll be fine. And then
I know where this is going.
And then so we were just having a quick little chat before we started recording, and Chris said, "Oh, you guys heard that new Juice WRLD song?" And we're like, "Yeah, mate, it was in the list." "Oh, I've not heard it. Let's just pause so that I can restart. Let me just go on the playlist."
After being half hour late.
So I spent all that time while hungover making a 15-song perfect playlist, and Chris was like, "Yeah, I didn't see it, mate."
Okay, so
hold on. Big shout out to Marshmello. I actually really like that song. It's really good. Okay, so, I listened to it earlier.
Yeah, so Chris,
I'm thinking of it right now. I loved it so much. I'm still thinking.
Okay, so Chris, you listened to it literally about 20 minutes ago for the first time,
and I can't stop thinking about it.
Amazing. So Chris, what is your thoughts on it? Because you're the one that's listened to it the most recently. I actually
do like the track. It's a really good track. I actually really like it.
So I had a little bit of a problem with it. That's going to become my catchphrase. I've got a problem with everything, but.
Here we go.
Pav's unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
We definitely, whoever edits this, can we put sound effects in stuff?
Yeah. I mean, Chris, you're doing the audio. I'll send you the file, mate. We'll work it out.
Oh God, here we go.
Right. Okay, go on, Pav. Juice WRLD, Marshmello.
Yeah, I mean, good song. Again, I couldn't give it a minus, and I probably couldn't give it a neutral because I don't really listen to Juice WRLD. Like, he wasn't RIP Juice WRLD on that. But like, I don't listen to, like, he's not my style of music. But listening to it, I was like, okay, sounds all right. I'll be honest, again, he came up on the New Music Friday playlist. I'd finished listening to Ray, and that was the next song on there. So I was like, all right, let me listen to this. Good song. The guitars on it, amazing. Yes. I'll tell you what song it actually did remind me of, and this will tie into a later point I'm about to make. Run DMC, Aerosmith, Walk This Way. It had that vibe.
Tune.
That's one of my favourite songs.
Yeah, fantastic.
I think every proper hip hop head, or even people just generally like that song, because it's that like mid ground between.
It's a crossover.
Hip hop and sampling, but it's not quite sampling. And
linking back to what we were just talking about, that is because Marshmello, I describe him as like electronic, and obviously he's done some great records. That is a song that is pushing limits and blending genres. It's like, it starts off like a Juice WRLD type thing, then it goes into almost like the Walk This Way, kind of almost punky, like rocky kind of thing.
See, that's
then
what I like.
It's got a drop in it. It's original, and it's like pushing.
See, I thought the drop sounded a little bit like kind of generic to me.
You're not a fan of the drop, yeah.
I think that's why I don't like it. It's because the drop, like, actually the drop by itself is fine, but you get that great rhythm guitar, like 16 bar or whatever is before, and it's got like all the claps and the little bits of percussion, and I'm like, oh great, this is going to be like a rock drop, and then they're like, nah. Like, you can make that work.
Leaning towards dubstep, isn't it?
Almost. Like, if you listen to like Charlie Puth, Attention,
more trappy, but yeah.
If you listen to like Charlie Puth, Attention, he builds that song, and then he puts on what he describes as the anti-drop, because the song doesn't really drop. It's just got a bass line and his vocal and a little bit of drums, as opposed, like, before the drop has more than after the drop. But that kind of works because it's still within the same sort of style. Whereas this one, it's got like a really big bit. It's not too much bass. It's all rhythm guitar. Again, loads of claps. It sounds great. And then you're like, I was expecting kind of a little bit of even if it had like a guitar, I was expecting kind of a bit of a slightly rockier kind of drop, and it just didn't happen. It just felt like it was like Marshmello was like, oh yeah, have you got Project 74 that I made last week? Yeah, just chuck that one on there, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So that typical thing that we say about electronic artists.
So Pav, what would you give it? Plus, neutral, minus?
I think I'm gonna have to give it neutral, just because, I mean, the drop's the most important part. It's Marshmello. Like, the drop has to be good, and it's not for me. So
Chris,
I'm gonna give that a
plus.
Neutral.
I think it's really good track.
Of your one listen, Chris, what do you think, mate?
Straight away, I was like, plus. Because at the start, it sounded like a lot of things I've heard before, but it was innovative, and it was different, and it had the guitars in it. And the
do
drop,
you like it because it's
don't go crazy. Like, I'm not those kind of drops. I'm not personally crazy on those kind of drops, but it's cool. Like I would listen to it again. Like I would add it to a playlist and listen to it again. So that's why it's a plus for me.
Do you think that you like it because it's good, or because it's pushing those boundaries? Like obviously we all listen to very, very different music all the time. Do you think that you like it because it's a good song, or do you like it because it sounded different to what else is coming out, so it automatically levels itself up?
I like it because it sounds different to everything else that's coming out, and it is also well written and well produced.
Yeah, I will give that.
You know, it's got everything, and it's accessible. Like, and it's a good song to listen to. Like, it makes you feel good. So, I think that's why.
Wait, what do you think about it, mate? You obviously listen to like indie music, but are also a proper hip hop head.
So I'm sort of like I'm all over the place. I listen to everything, don't I? I really like it. I like Marshmello separately. I like Juice WRLD separately. It's a good crossover record. It's poppy. It's catchy. Yeah. Could it be better? Most probably could be better, but bear in mind we're not going to get any more Juice WRLD music because of what's happened to him.
Well, I'm saying he's got another album, innit?
Well, this is what I'm saying. There's only so much recorded stuff we're going to get from him. I like it. I like Juice WRLD's tone and I like Juice WRLD's voice. So I would give it a plus because I'd most probably play it in a set. I don't know how often I'd play it in a set and how well it would work because we don't have gigs, but I would play it in a set.
Just test it out on a Zoom party, mate.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can get another 20 people in here.
Yeah, but pretty much I'll give it a plus because the negatives in it are like really tiny negatives to me.
Yeah.
There's nothing there's not like an overall sounding thing that makes me go, I don't like it. It's catchy. You're going to hear it on all the major radio stations, and because of what's happened to Juice WRLD as well.
Do you think that song would have sounded like that if Juice WRLD was still alive? As in, so do you think,
I don't know.
Obviously, none of us know that if it was produced before or after.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know if it was made kind of the point before.
Yeah, kind of the point after. I'm getting to here. So we were talking about "Walk This Way" earlier. Amazing song. There's been loads of, so obviously pretty much every old hip hop song is a funk sample or something of that style. It's disco or like there's a bit of rock style in there. Do you think that hip hop artists today are like scared almost to do genres that aren't hip hop, like, or hip hop or R&B? Like, do you think, like I said, if that was Juice WRLD in the studio, do you think that song would have sounded like that, or do you think it would have been like, give it to like Scott Storch and he'll sort it out, mate?
I don't really know because I don't know if it was produced before he passed or after he passed.
But even just generally, do you think that more rappers need to do songs that aren't hip hop? Not even crossover. So obviously we had a great time in UK music, which all the rappers hate, but me and Chris love, and I'm sure you do, which was like the Tiny Temper,
the wearing my Rolex era.
That era where everyone was selling out, and to an extent they were, because there was some shit songs, but then there was also some great songs like Wearing My Rolex, which isn't a grime song, and it's kind of sort of housey, dancey, and it's a great song. Like outside of that
song is respected. I think where it's okay for, when I say okay, as in like I think it works when hip hop and R&B artists cross over and do pop or electronic or dance. It's not necessarily like musically, it's when they're like ideologies like align. So if they like get along well as like people and they
that was a bit deep, mate, I'm not gonna lie,
but you know what I'm saying, don't you? Like they're you know what I'm saying. But it's about like, it doesn't have to be the music. It's more about just like them as people. If they like get on really well,
that was me.
A good
I thought we were just gonna shit talk stuff all day, and you're like, it really depends on their ideology.
But you know what I'm saying? Think about it this way. Think about Diplo. Obviously, someone like him,
is he
like
the GOAT?
I mean, that's again another topic. But you know, he can do collaboration. He can do collaborations with like hip hop and R&B artists, like no problem, because he can understand them and he can kind of like
he was a hip hop
get on the
DJ
same like wave. Yeah, exactly. So he understands that music and he can get on the same like wave in the studio. But like if let's say extreme example, Pop Smoke would never do a track with Martin Garrix because there's just it's impossible.
Just for the purposes of me when I'm editing, insert Pop Smoke talk counter here.
Oh, there we go. There's the first one. But imagine them collaborating. It just wouldn't work, would it? It just wouldn't work.
But yeah, so Juice WRLD plus. Everyone Juice WRLD plus.
Juice WRLD and Marshmello is a plus from me.
Yeah, Juice WRLD's pretty cool. I rate it. I rate it enough. It's cool enough.
It's a good track. I really like it.
I think maybe like there might be very high expectations because of Juice WRLD passing and the music that's come out, so maybe it falls like under them expectations.
Do you think that because of how? Do you think because of how iconic Biggie and Tupac's albums were when they died, means that if a rapper dies, like that album has to be obviously because they obviously can't make any more music? But do you think it has that much more pressure to be like amazing pieces of work?
Do you know what I think? Pressure is almost like doesn't come into it. If they die, it's almost you know what I mean? Like, so like it is going to be big. Think about it, and that happens. Like it's always guaranteed to be. Like,
Pop Smoke's album was already being made, and from what I've heard, it was basically finished anyway.
So 50 Cent executively produced it, didn't he? After
so, do you think the expectation of the album is the expectation from us is that much higher, just simply because like Tupac and Biggie were such obviously like the biggest rappers maybe ever, and obviously they both have posthumous albums. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, and it's a bit of an awkward one. It's a bit of a thinker.
The thing is, you know, I honestly think I see what you're saying, but I feel like pressure is almost there's no pressure at all because I mean, obviously, definitely not. Obviously, rest in peace. There's no pressure on say.
Whoa, fucking hell, mate! Oh,
no, hold on a second. Honestly, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
obviously, on Pop Smoke, like it's not about pressure because him.
It's not pressure on him per se, but on his legacy.
Okay, his legacy because on him passing. He already had like a dedicated fan base, so it's almost like when he sadly passes away, suddenly his fans are so much more passionate about his music. So
it was actually a real shame that he passed away. Obviously because he passed away, which is bad enough anyway. But I think he was the bridge. We've been trying this for years to get UK and US artists to be on the same level kind of thing. And it just doesn't happen because America's just that much bigger and all the shit that goes into that, which is definitely going to be a topic at some point because we'll run out at some point and we'll need important things to talk about. But Pop Smoke was that rapper that was like, he's the mid ground where it was like, he was accepted in America and accepted in England, but like properly accepted here, like, as if he was one of, especially in the new like scape of rappers in like
the drill scene.
He was like, it's like, oh yeah, it's Pop Smoke. We don't care that he's American because he's sick and he like used UK producers and that kind of thing. Like he was the guy.
I think with Pop Smoke, one he crossed over between UK drill and US drill and rap and hip hop. And he was, I think, if he didn't pass away, would have most probably borderline into commercial sounding as well, because some of the tracks on the album...
His album's very commercial, and I almost wasn't a fan of that.
I like that.
And I say that because, I mean, I've only listened to a couple of tunes, so I don't want to act like this is the definitive review of like Pop Smoke's entire life in one album, yeah? But I almost feel like it's a little bit counterproductive because like he's come out with huge drill tunes, like that is his sound. And we're like, yeah, Pop Smoke, drill rapper, sounds good. It's all cool. Great songs. Even songs that I'm not a drill fan, but I like Pop Smoke's drill. So like, if you can do that with your songs, then you know you're onto a winner.
Pop Smoke is different because obviously it's a little bit more. He has a much more like kind of swag as opposed to it's a little bit less almost aggressive than drill.
I think that's exactly what it is.
I think it's more,
just his swagginess is just like it just.
A little bit more laid back than normal drill music. Like
I think as well. Yeah. I think maybe the difference between like, well, I don't know many UK drill rappers that have got a full length album out.
I think Pop Smoke has the same thing that Unknown T has, and that's like it's drill beats and they're drill songs. So like Homerton Beat is a drill song, but girls like it because it's not like I'm coming in to stab at everybody. Like put your vests on. Like
Unknown T is actually artistic, as in like he's an artist.
Yeah, it's like it could be if it was on R&B, it'd be just as cool.
Like well, I think as well, it's everything.
Well, I think that's the thing with the Pop Smoke album. Like, we're not just judging a song, are we? We're judging an album, which is a full-length piece of work. So, like,
it's so much harder to do.
There's going to be some lovey songs, like the more poppy songs. There's going to be some drill. There's going to be some rap. There's going to be some.
Maybe I'm just not listening to all the drill.
Yeah, I think like As an album,
like The Woo is a good song. I do rate that.
That's what I'm saying. As an album, it's a solid album. There's mostly a few songs that are maybe not as strong as the rest, but in terms of an album, it gets full credit. Like, it's a massive plus.
Pop Smoke Plus?
Yeah. And it's a shame, really. You can't reap the benefits.
Plus.
Yeah. There's a shame. I think, kind of coming back to like music in lockdown, talking about Pop Smoke and albums and Unknown T and like actual artists, this is, I think, the biggest thing to happen to music recently is TikTok. I think we all know that and agree on that. Like,
you know what? I thought you were going to say something different then, and I was like, oh shit, we're going to have to wait to talk about TikTok.
No. But TikTok, so obviously TikTok has played like a massive role in music in lockdown. And obviously, I think personally there's like a divide between artists, like the mentality of artists like producing albums, and then artists with the mentality of producing songs for TikTok. Because obviously you create songs for TikTok for a dance, and then you see what I'm saying?
Let's judge the elephant in the room. Let's judge the elephant in the room.
Go.
Which is obviously the one song that was pretty much curated for TikTok.
What I was about to talk, literally what I was about to say.
But in reality, is a shite song. Tootsie Slide.
Oh God.
Are you playing Tootsie Slide when we go back?
Wait, he's gone there. He's officially gone there. He's just said it.
Did you say, am I playing Tootsie Slide when I go back?
You're playing Tootsie Slide. When we go back to the clubs, if the DJ plays Tootsie Slide, are you backing it? If you're out or if you're playing?
It's going to happen.
Well, yeah, like, look, let's face it, in terms of especially dance songs, like, I don't mean dancers in genre, I mean the UK, the US, UK sort of dance craze songs where you've got like, you know, Teach Me How to Dougie and stuff like that.
Great
would
song.
I play it? Yeah, I'd play it. Yeah, is it a bad song? Did you watch the visuals? Have you seen Drake's house?
Yeah.
Wow, like it's a good song.
He basically did MTV Cribs with his own soundtrack.
Look, let's face it. But the thing is, again, this is what I'm trying to get with the lockdown thing. Is if we was in lockdown when it come out, we feel very differently about it. If we was maybe in the clubs playing it.
I actually like Tootsie Slide.
Are we going plus or minus?
I've just said it.
It has to be a minus for me.
It's a plus for me. I like it.
I think I may have to go with plus. Sorry, Pav. I'm going to have to go with plus on this one.
I've been outvoted here.
Right.
It's your turn to be outvoted.
just a side note here. Has everyone seen that Drake and Heady One have got a tune coming out?
Yeah, it's come out today.
I've not heard.
If you follow us on Instagram, which will be below, you would have seen that because I posted it.
Plug.
Yeah,
it come out today. I've not listened to it.
Somebody sort the mains out, mate. There's bare plugging.
TikTok.
That was cringe.
Go. Yeah, TikTok. What was saying?
TikTok in general is really entertaining, but it is killing music off slowly.
All right, let's go with this. What's your favourite TikTok song? To both of you.
Tootsie Slide.
So now we know that. But basically, what Chris is doing is just letting you guys know that obviously musical knowledge is varied.
Ooh.
Well, no. I think the thing with TikTok, and the thing I think maybe we need to discuss about TikTok is pre-lockdown. There was TikTok songs. K-Camp, Lottery, great song. Yeah,
great song.
Would we all agree we like the song? Okay.
Yep.
Well,
let me
pause
just.
And let
I'll
listen to it.
I'll just sit out. No. I'll just sit out. Go on, you guys carry on.
Well, my point. Pav, you'll get this anyway. My point is, people know the first 10-15 seconds, the intro that they all do the dance to. Now I play that song, and that intro part, that 10-15 seconds, gets a really, really good reaction.
And then
everyone goes crazy.
And then no one knows the rest of the song.
Yeah.
And that's because of TikTok.
It is my favourite TikTok tune. It came out from We Are Black, which is Abdi TV and I'm Just Bates record label. Nico B. Who's that? What's that? Wicked tune.
That's good, yeah.
And that came out in lockdown, right?
I believe so.
That is
it got big in lockdown. I'm not sure
song.
if it actually came out in lockdown. Like they're pushing for a top 40 at the moment.
That's
which
good.
For a couple of Instagram guys,
that's a really
authentic,
good,
because it's
well written,
his flow on that. I'll tell you what song it reminded me of straight away. Amy Winehouse, "Fuck Me Pumps." Have you guys heard that?
I actually haven't.
And it's like, when you walk in the bar and you look like a star, you walk in your F me. You know, guys not heard that.
Do you know what?
I've actually not heard that song.
We can insert the song now.
Yeah, except for we don't want to get copyrighted to shit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay, so just Google it.
But yeah, I mean, like that's I'll send it to you guys after. It's a good song. It's nothing serious. She's sort of singing on it, sort of talking, but the song's basically about like typical girls and guys going to the club. Like just like standard, like rocking your F me pumps, like, you know, wearing like some like, you know, like those white Converse that every girl wears.
Yeah.
Just talk. It's like basically she's just like describing like a little club setting. It's like, it's quite funny. It's a tune you might play at like 3:30, like before the end of the night, like that kind of thing. Great song. Who's that? What's that? Reminded me of that, and I think that's maybe the greatest compliment they can get.
Well, again,
that guy's wicked, Nico B. He's wicked.
Yeah, it's a great song, great artist. But then, let's say, would you play that in a club? Let's say
absolutely 100%. I would.
There you go.
Pav would.
Yeah. So let's say you play it in the club.
You know, I confirmed that though. Let's be honest.
And do you know what? And if you did play it, and if you were DJing and I heard you playing it, I'd be excited.
Chris will be there on the other side of the room.
Crazy. So
Chris will just be running over like, pull it up. He'd just be there. He's just trying to get his hand over the booth.
But then my issue is if you played that,
much, that's true.
Bar the fact that it's
because you've not done that on one of my sets before. It's all right. I love it.
Definitely not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bar the fact that it's pushing top 40, that Nico B track. Would people know it? Like, or would they just know the part from TikTok?
I mean, it's been
that's the problem.
It's been in the Spotify top 50 for a good 2-3 months now. That's normally my indication with the younger people, because I feel like older people generally tend to.
Do you know what?
If you're like 30, you're more likely to buy vinyl than if you're 20.
See, this is where TikTok shines through, because it has given Nico B a platform for his music. That music video has got 2 million views or something like that. Yeah. And that is a quality artist, a quality record. It's authentic.
And actually really well written.
With people, and TikTok has just helped it blow up, as it has done with a lot of songs. I feel like I would say and the thing is, you can tell when songs are written just for TikTok. And
that was already a song.
Yeah.
And me personally, songs that are written primarily for TikTok. I'm not talking like, you know, you're in the studio and you're thinking, right, how could this song, you know, do
like
well on TikTok?
Slides,
that's fine.
We know that Drake was like, I need a dance song.
Yeah, that's cool. Like, you know, I mean, Tootsie Slides, you know, the thing is, he's got the music video as well. It's not just a song that. The song is good. I know, Pav, you don't like it, but the song is good. Let's
talk about the next elephant in the room, which I think is the kind of song that you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Jason Derulo, Savage Love. That song was number 1 in the United Kingdom, and I think that has just shown that opinions don't matter.
But the beat to that, what is it? The
Savage Love.
The original.
Web 365 or something.
The original beat.
Laxed. That's it.
Yeah, it's called like Lax Siren or something like that. It's terrible.
Siren beat.
It's good for TikTok, but like.
But then Jason Derulo sampled it.
Isn't it just like Despacito?
Yeah, it's an actual collab. But like, I listened to that song and I'm like, this is horrible. Like, it was funny on TikTok, but like, as the instrumental. But like now, like Jason Derulo is someone who, like, sort of skips through genres, which is fine because he's talented enough. He's 100% a very, very talented person.
Independent artist now as well.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked. Great on him. That's
Jason
probably why
his record
to pay the bills.
Good.
He let his record deal lapse after 10 years, I think, with maybe Atlantic. Oh, wow. And now he's an independent artist, unless at this point that this podcast goes out, he's signed somewhere else.
What we'll do is we'll hold that, because I have a little point about that a bit later. But remind me with that. But yeah, like that song, it's like, it's just made, for me, it's made Jason Derulo just lose all credibility. Like, because if now, like he'll make a song like Tiptoe, which is not immensely hip hoppy or
it's a pop
R&B.
song.
Like it's a pop song, but it's like hip hop, like they're saying it. Like, so it's cool enough. But so I'll play that and I'll firm it and be like, yeah, because it's Jason Derulo, like it's a good song. Now when he releases something, I'm gonna be like, it kind of feels a little bit like disingenuous, if you know what I mean. Like you know, like how people are like you've heard Wiley Cash in My Pocket. The record labels made him. The record labels made him make that song. Wiley's not sitting in the studio thinking, you know what? And I've just made a whole genre, But what I really need to do is get Daniel Merriweather on a collab.
On a feature. Mark Ronson produced song, weren't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
that explains why I like it so much, but not as a rap song. But it just makes you lose credibility for me, because if he comes up with a real hip hop song now, I'm gonna think, well, I don't really want to play it because.
Well, I think he came out with that first. Jason Derulo in himself has become a star on TikTok. Like with his TikTok.
He's absolutely smashed it.
He's only posted the dance about 72 times with his girlfriend. But if my girlfriend looked like that, I would also post it that many times.
But my I think the thing with the Savage
Cancel
Love
culture
thing is, at least he collaborated with the guy that made the beat as opposed to sampling it horribly. And
do you think that's a plus for the guy rather than for Jason?
Yeah, well, I think it's more of a plus for the guy than Jason Derulo,
he's got one of the biggest
star.
Yeah, he's got one of the biggest records in the world right now. The guy that produced the beat.
I tell you what, Savage Love reminds me of.
He's being championed, and that all.
Yeah, that could open up more doors. Yeah,
it reminds me. It reminds me of something that I'd hear on like a CBeebies ad.
Yeah, it's like. Well, I suppose the beat in itself is very. It's meant to be what it is, and it was made for TikTok.
Yeah. You got a point. I'll back that.
And they've structured it and made a song out of it.
Look, so you're going minus though.
No, but I don't hate the song because I actually don't mind the instrumental. The fact that Jason Derulo capitalised off of it, I don't even mind that.
Actually, I think the instrumental's all right
because you got to think
the context. It's just only he went on it. I was like, this
years
just
ago,
cringy.
Pitbull was on every commercial dance record.
Mr. Worldwide.
Well, I'm not being. Look at Hotel Room Service.
It's just. Jason Derulo on it's just a bit for me. A bit meh. I'm just like, I don't think he adds anything to the song.
Besides vocals.
I mean, like metaphorically. Like, I listen to the beat and then I listen to it with Jason Derulo on and I'm like.
What, you think another artist could have sung?
Oh, no. I think it was a TikTok song. Like, let it be a TikTok song. Like, Jason Derulo's just jumped on it and been like, yeah, my tune kind of thing. Yeah. Let me, it felt like very disingenuous. It felt like you're just trying to gain popularity kind of thing.
So I think.
Oh, I see.
Pav would be a minus on it. Definitely.
Oh, very
are we positive, neutral or minus?
I'm a nah. Don't like it.
Yeah, is a minus.
I skip it.
It's down on it. Chris?
Yeah. The thing is, I think Chris actually really likes it.
I think Chris likes it, but it feels like he's betraying his like deep rooted like actual producer roots by liking it.
No, do you know? I think I find it hard to hate a song like that. It's just a nice, happy song. So I'm gonna have to go positive. It's a nice song, and it's done well.
So you're a plus on it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So my thoughts on it.
Here we go. The guy, get ready.
Yeah, I know. The guy that made it and made the beat, his name's Josh, but spelt JAWSH. So it's like Josh 685.
Okay, I've never even tried, mate. Don't even want to mangle.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say his name's Josh 685. It's obviously laxed siren beat, which I think was made for TikTok. I don't know if it was made for TikTok because the beat itself is like about 3.5 minutes. Yeah. So the instrumental,
but it was still cool. Like the beat's cool. I think the beat's cool.
And look, I think if there was anyone to take a massive TikTok song, obviously it's a beat, and then make it into a song with, a full blown song, commercial song, Jason Derulo is mostly the guy to do it since he's blown up on TikTok. So I feel like the collaboration is most probably quite genuine.
Yeah.
And at least it's a collaboration with the producer, not just quick, let's sample something that sounds exactly the same. Bootleg. Yeah. So like
available on SoundCloud.
I'll tell you why I'm up on it, because it's one of them songs that you will play, whether you actually play at your gigs, but you will play at maybe a gig.
Yeah.
It won't go down like a lead balloon.
Wow. Maybe we'll have a TikTok party playlist or something.
It will obviously go down well. Everyone knows it from TikTok. I like it. It's a plus.
Yeah.
And Jason Derulo, I don't know if we spoke about this, is independent now. His record deal run out with, I think, Atlantic.
Yeah.
And he decided to go independent.
Well, I'm not surprised. I mean, obviously he's got the TikTok game absolutely nailed down, and
he's been signed for 10 years.
Yeah, and he's now just like a household name. Like, my mum knows who he is. So
yeah, well, I think Jason Derulo, like, let's face it, come out as a pop artist and is a pop artist.
Riding
whether
solo,
he dives into
riding solo,
yeah. Whether he dives into,
oh my god, I forgot.
JR.
Yeah,
literally riding solo tune. Oh, in my head, tune.
Yeah, It Girl.
Mate, that whole album was great. His first album was great. It was a great album.
But he come out as a pop artist. So like that's why I don't really get to like on my high horse like about him that doing a pop artist doing pop things. It's what it is. It'd be different if I don't know.
Like if Kano's doing that tune, it's not working.
Yeah. If Kano's doing that tune, it's mostly not working. Or if I don't know, Party Next Door does it, it's most probably not good. But
yeah, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work.
No. But I'm plus on it. In case anyone was wondering, I'm plus.
Oh, well, thanks for letting us know, mate. If only there was a place that you could let people know your opinions on certain topics that you want to talk about.
Oh, what, like a podcast?
Like a podcast.
We should do one of them, lads.
Oh, what a good idea.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of independent artists, probably the biggest independent artist kind of in terms of rising right now in the UK, AJ Tracey.
Yes.
Let's talk about AJ Tracey and Mabel.
Oh,
West 10.
I literally was looking at the notes.
Love that.
About to say about it.
Yeah, mate. What a tune. I just got to give it. Apart from maybe Natalie Don't, it's my favourite song of the last 3 months.
Yeah, great record. Really good.
Great tune. It's essentially a Ladbroke Grove 2.
Yeah.
And I've listened to a couple of interviews. I've listened to a couple of interviews with him. And if that's the same song, which it might not be, it was rumoured that, well, he said that it had Georgia Smith on it first.
So I like Georgia Smith.
But I actually don't think, I think Mabel sounds better on it than what Georgia Smith would have. Like, I'm not mad that Mabel's on it. Like, I'm a Mabel fan anyway. Like, I went to the concert.
Her voice
£17
sits on the record really nice. She's really good.
I think AJ Tracey is one of very few artists that sits very comfortably, and I could be wrong, you could disagree. He sits very comfortably between being extremely credible.
Yes, I was just about to say this.
And mainstream radio.
Do you think that AJ Tracey is the UK Sean Paul in the sense that you can kind of put him on any song and he'll kind of sound good, and he'll lift every song? But then it's like Sean Paul can go and make a dancehall record tomorrow and it'll be like, everyone will be like, yeah, Sean Paul made a dancehall record, and everyone's like, yeah, like all the cool cats and stuff. And then he'll be on Rockabye and everyone's like, yeah, Sean Paul sounds cool on this. Do you think AJ's like that UK guy?
No.
Do you not?
I actually don't. No, I wouldn't say so.
Look, and that's no disrespect to AJ because I like AJ.
Obviously not like that poppy, but like as in like,
I still don't
West 10 is a poppy song. Do you not think he can pull it? I think he can pull it.
No, because the thing is, if he was to, let's say, do a song with, I'm trying to think of maybe a UK artist.
If it's AJ Tracey featuring Sigala, I'm listening.
No, if he was to do like
mad.
If he was to do
what a collaboration.
The equivalent of what was Sean Paul Rockabye was what
Clean Bandit.
Clean Bandit. If he was to do, I don't know, a track with Dua Lipa, yeah, would people that are into AJ Tracey think that's credible? No. As in West 10 and like he sits, that's what I'm saying. It's a very fine line between being credible and being mainstream and sold out and all that stuff. He sits Mabel's very well.
Tracks, Mabel's done tracks with Kojo Funds. She has a similar fan base. Notes.
Yeah.
The fan base is similar to AJ Tracey, so it does kind of work with those two. That's the thing. He's chosen.
Although
Mabel,
you say this,
that collaboration has come together perfectly because it just works. You know,
I mean, like I said, you say that, but like, so like I didn't want to go to Mabel. I was just like, I was indifferent. I didn't really care either way. And one of my cousins really wanted to go to Mabel, and she was like, "Oh, will you guys go with me?" And we were like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" The tickets were like 20 quid, so we were like, "It's not like the worst idea. We're still going to end up going out or something after." And she is not like a hip hop head at all, like zero. She's like, we basically take the mick out of her because she likes to go to like Snobs. Like she's a retro girl. She's
which, to anyone listening, is a nightclub in Birmingham. Which
Snobs is basically like
R&B. I would say
Snobs is
generally not. It's not known for playing hip hop and R&B.
If you're trying to bring the house down in Snobs, you drop like Mr. Brightside, The Killers. It's that kind of club.
It's a pot. It's like a poppy pop.
It's an indie. It's an indie pop. Like it's like a commercial indie pop club. You listen to Mysterious Girl and The Ilk. Like Dancing in the Moonlight is a rhythm there. It's a 1 o'clock tune there. Like
that's been remade. In case anyone was wondering, Dancing in the Moonlight.
Sorry, what? No. Is that a thing, mate? Chuck it in the group, mate. Later, I need to hear that.
It's like is it Jubel?
Yeah, I actually like that version.
Yeah.
That's good version.
That's a good remake. That's a good remake. The
Nathan Dorr done a remix of their version. That's quite good. There's some good remixes floating about of it. It's a good.
Yeah, I like that version.
They've done it well, I think. But that's besides the point. Just
Mabel do rate her. Like at the concert, I was like, shit. Because first I was thinking, she's only got like 2 good songs, but she's on so many actually good records. Like she's got the one with Jax Jones. She's got like about 7 with Notes, like Don't Call Me Up, and I really liked Boyfriend when that came out recently. I thought that was a great tune.
Albeit one of her first kind of breakthrough records, but Finders Keepers with Kojo Funds, really enjoyed
that. Mate, Finders Keepers really was good. I still have to play that. It's a wicked tune.
Big song.
Love that.
Great song.
Really good.
Great song. So we're going AJ Plus.
Yeah, I think
AJ Tracy, massive.
Yeah, as in the tune, the West 10 tune. What we're saying, plus minus.
Yeah,
how we feeling?
Plus. I don't think if I had to predict it now, it's not going to do crazy numbers. But for me personally, it's a plus. I really like the track.
Do you think that song needed the rave? Do you think if the raves were going on, that tune would have been like just amplified?
Maybe, but even that is quite a laid back tune. It's not like a.
But let's be real. So like the kind of places that we play, like your hip hop clubs and stuff like that, can play that song. Do you think it would? Do you think like how Ladbroke Grove became like a cult song, that West 10 would also have the same thing?
No,
a little bit like less energy. No, because it's like less energy than.
But like Ladbroke same Grove. Kind of style. As in, obviously, I'm not saying like it's going to be like the exact same, but you know what I mean. Like a Ladbroke Grove was a filler song on the album, and he's literally said he was like, I made it so that it would look good at the shows. It's just a hype song. Like it's essentially an interlude.
Yeah.
But it kind of did good because everyone realised that it's fire, because AJ Tracy be like that sometimes, all the time.
Well, I think that song was mostly made for shows and festivals and stuff like that. West 10, that they obviously like.
It's AJ a bit more of a song rather than an interlude.
And he most probably saw the way that Ladbroke Grove, the song, done so well and gone, I can make something similar, but actually a bit more song-like.
And also still, again, keep his credibility. It's in that like garage space, because garage is making a comeback, let's be real.
Lost Girl.
Garage has been making a comeback for years, yeah.
But like, especially recently, I feel like every remix or something is like, this is the garage remix, and like every tune, that tune, Won't Give Up On You, Lost Girl. Garage tune.
Yeah, Lost Girl. I think
what tune?
In the UK, like garage is that genre that just has that underlying respect from like a lot of people. It's just like respected by people.
I think it's because it's
backgrounds, cities. It's just low key respected.
I think people like garage.
I think it's always simmering there. It's always just simmering underneath.
Yeah, like, I think I think maybe the issue with this year and like the whole garage resurgence, which we hear sort of every year, is that this year.
When we get Ollie on, he'll tell us that we're changing shit.
Yeah. But this year, I think
anyone listening, that's Ollie Weeks, pure resident.
Pure garage.
Shout out, man, like Ollie Weeks.
Yeah.
I think the issue this year. Yeah, this year.
So gunshots here.
Yeah, I think. I don't know what I'm saying there. Oh no, the issue with this year. With garage,
I mean, mate, we're all thinking that
is the simple fact that there's been obviously no club gigs and no festivals, so it's most probably sort of it's all you're right, it simmers under, but this year's actually simmered a lot further down because it like, thrives in a live environment.
Garage
and there's no live environment.
Garage is that kind of pop music that rappers can do, and rappers are like, real rap fans are like, oh yeah, it's cool because it's garage, because of people like your So Solids, etc., etc.
I don't know if I don't agree with that.
Do you not?
Nah, because like, let's face it, like from maybe 16 to 21, if name me a big UK artist that's respectable in a young age group, Pav?
What, like a rapper?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go. Mist. Mist is pretty respectable.
Right. If Mist was to jump on
he's not a great example because you're actually going to ruin my point now because I'm just giving you the shittest example.
Yeah, but like Mist mostly ain't the greatest example, but you get the point.
Like Mo Stack, if Mo Stack is on a garage tune, I'm popping that. But he's a rapper. He's a real rapper.
Yeah, but then if he's on a garage tune, the chances are for it to be a good garage tune, it'd have to be like good is in mainstream commercial good. It'd have to be slightly poppy, and it'd have to get numbers. He couldn't be talking about some of the stuff that Mo Stack talks about. So then, would it work? Yeah, it's very. I think dream collaborations on garage are very hard because garage itself, it's got to be the right type of garage.
Let us know and we'll get Ollie on very quickly.
Yeah, I think we need Ollie would be a great guest for that. But look, garage. I don't think you can.
I think he only plays garage.
So coming back to what's happened to music in lockdown.
Well, this was my point with the garage thing.
With West 10, for me, it kind of like music that has come out in lockdown. In that category, I think it's one of the last tracks I would see it as that has come out in lockdown. I'm going to look back and think, oh, West 10, that track came out when lockdown was ending in the UK. A great track, I think, in like the UK music scene to kind of finish lockdown almost.
Well, I got two more tunes that I want to talk about.
Go.
Which are on the list. The first one is again a house tune. Which was a little bit surprising.
we was all plus on West 10 then, yeah?
Yeah. We rate West 10.
Yeah. I think we're all in agreement on West 10 plus. Big up AJ.
Yeah, big up AJ in that. Also, the Colin J remix on DJ City is a bit naughty still, not gonna lie.
Big shout out to Colin J as well.
Yeah, shout out to Colin J.
Yeah. Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Rain on Me. When I heard this song, I was like, I hope this is a British producer. But like because I was like, this is such a UK house sound. And then you've got two of the biggest artists in the world who are obviously both American. Yeah. Not two that you'd probably associate with that sound at all. With dance sound, yes, but not that. It's got that like Sigala, like James Hypey, like Craig David, like kind of sound, if you know what I mean, like that sort of like free flowing pianos house sound. And I like it. I'm really happy about the way that Lady Gaga's vocals sound on that particularly.
It's actually got almost like a little French house touch on the chorus and the drop because it's one of the producers is Charmy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it not produced by Charmy?
And he's French, so it's got that little like French house touch. And then I think
I'll sit my uneducated ass on the side.
No, but one of the guys, but the build up is like cigalery.
Yeah, but it's got that. It's got one that of the sound.
Other and one of the other producers is a guy called Burns, who was signed to Calvin Harris's label, and he like produces a lot of like big records.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mainstream artists. Correct me if I'm wrong. He's British. I think Burns is British. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah, but that's kind of thing.
He is British.
It's that kind of song. It's that kind of song. If you walk into the club, you go to the main room. If someone's playing that, like if you're playing like real house music, and then someone drops that, you're not mad. You're thinking, oh fucking hell, another pop song. Like you can play. So obviously we play a lot of like.
It's a dancey
especially
track.
in the clubs. Everyone plays remixes, even if it's of songs of that style. That's the kind of song I just want to hear the normal version is cool. It's a lovely song.
Yeah. I'd say so.
I think it's a great track.
Plus. It was a bit. I actually found it for me like a little bit of a breath of fresh air because there's been a lot of Tootsie Slide-esque songs over the last like few months, and when that came out of nowhere,
that was just a good song.
I was suddenly like, oh my god, like, this is actually a refreshing song. That's
I tell you what song it reminds me of a little bit, just with the style of the bass line. Not too much, so don't think that I'm absolutely chatting.
Go.
But music sounds better with you.
Yeah, it's that French.
It's got that kind of style in it.
Yeah.
Punk.
Yeah. I'm glad that I've just been validated by the two house heads. Yeah.
If
house
you want
music.
Come on.
To fact check everything we're talking about, it's written by Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Niger Charles, Rami Yacoub, Charmy, Boys Noise, and its producers are Blood Pop and Burns. And people might know Burns from his song called Lies, which is the same song Nathan Dorr and Burns both sampled for Cheating. If that makes sense, it's the vocal. Yeah. But so the reason it sounds so upbeat and European is because Boys Noise is from Germany, Burns is British, Blood Pop I think is American, and Charmy is French. Is he French? Yeah, he's French.
Yeah, he's French. Yeah, from Paris.
So do you think that would explain why it sounds European?
So do you think that this is like all kinds?
Yeah. Do you think this is a start? Maybe not of a trend, but do you think it's almost so like especially with American artists, they tend to make music for America. Do you think this is maybe the start of a sort of a trend where American artists are realizing that Europe is just as big a market as America? It's just more than one country. And I say this like when Rihanna Umbrella came out, that song did way, way better. Even though it's a huge commercial success, that song did way, way better in Europe than it did in America. And obviously she had like 25 or 30 number ones in Europe. Obviously because it was raining that summer that it came out. But do you think that it was like, it's like a sort of almost a little bit of a change of guard where American artists are now starting to like respect the UK crowds more? If you get what I mean.
I don't think that. I generally think they've most probably just got.
That was 30 seconds of my life wasted.
No,
it was like, Pab, just trying to think of really intellectual things. No.
But I just think they've got Boys Noise, who we all know Boys Noise is really well respected producer. Blood Pop, who's a really good producer. Burns, good producer.
Justin Bieber,
and Charmy, yeah. They've got 3 European housey in the dance music scene producers, and they've just used that influence. Like I don't think they're thinking, let's make this track and hope that it gets to Europe and does well in Europe.
Obviously, we're all both really quite deep. All 3 of us are quite deep rooted in hip hop.
Yeah,
and the whole US-UK divide has been there for years. Obviously, there's that time where everybody rapped in a US accent. UK rappers obviously now are great and they're doing great, but again, traditionally haven't. Do you think it's like, obviously dance music's a little bit different, I would say. It's kind of not, there's not that as much of a divide, but I definitely think that it's closing, like, because it's so easy to look at how, like, they got like 15 people on that record writing and producing or whatever, like 10 people, and like 8 of them are Europe, and like 15 years ago I don't think that would have happened.
No, maybe it's hard because I think when you're dealing with maybe a artist or pop star of the like magnitude of a Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande,
it's a different ballgame, isn't it?
Yeah, the labels most probably get in, popular producers in any sort of genre from anywhere in the world to work with them. And that song could be one of 200 songs, but it was just the one that made the cut. As in the other 99 songs could be all American produced. I think it's a sound. It's a sound, and that sound is popular. So it's most probably been jumped on like any good pop star does. They jump on good types of trends and sounds. I think it's just you can hear the influence of the producers in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, if you're one of those producers and Lady Gaga's and
mate, you are living the royalty life, mate.
Management comes up to you, though, you see an email in your inbox from those guys, and it's like, can you co-produce this track for Ariana and Lady Gaga, please? I mean, you're going to jump on it straight away. It doesn't matter, like,
absolutely,
scenes or countries or flights. You're gonna do it, and they have the money to make it happen. Like, it's at that level. It just happens. Like the pieces get moved around and the people get put in situations straight away. It just happens,
I think
I back that.
When you're talking about the UK-US divide on like hip hop and the more rap and that scene,
like hip hop and rap, it's obviously a completely different.
That's a different, because like in the dance music scene, there's not really a divide. I wouldn't say between Europe and US.
House comes from America, so
but there's but then some of the biggest and
most people don't know that because there's not like that. Everyone's also like, hip hop's American and whatever. And like there was the whole it's grime, not hip hop, and there's all that shit going on. With house music, you don't see it's like it's just house music.
People, it's a more together genre.
Make tunes, not war, guys.
Yeah, people respect, but then like it's really weird because the European house market respect the roots from Chicago and Detroit, and the Detroit and Chicago market respect the UK and French and German roots of all that. It's a big melting pot. UK and US raps was a different kettle of fish, massively.
Yeah, when obviously Pop Smoke adopted the UK drill sound, it was
like Pop Smoke,
crazy
Chris?
hype.
I wasn't sure.
Do you think I do? Do you think I like Pop Smoke?
What was before we talk about, we go off of the song, Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, Rain on Me.
Big plus. Love that.
Big plus. Good track.
Yeah, plus for me.
Great feel-good record, especially with the weather.
Yeah, 3 pluses. It goes through to the next round. Great.
Big shouts to the British weather.
Well, talking about UK rap, I'm going to talk about the last song that's on my list.
Go.
In my opinion, could be the only good like raw rap song that came out in lockdown.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tion Wayne, Dutchavelli, who is obviously Stefflon Don's sister, and Stormzy,
brother.
who's obviously now a pop smoke. He's a pop
Dutchavelli,
star.
Stefflon Don's brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. They came from the same person.
They're related. They're connected.
But yeah, big tune.
I don't know.
Are you about the tune or are you?
No, we're talking about the tune for people listening that might not have heard the song. It's called I Don't Know.
Yeah. I think I said that at the beginning, but yeah. I don't know.
Oh,
maybe I don't know.
So what are we saying about this one? I mean, who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go first on it.
Go on.
He goes, wait,
because
you go first.
Because maybe I'm not as keen on it as used to. That's why I'm going to go first.
That's what I'm sensing. That's why I'm intrigued.
Tion Wayne, great artist. I like all.
I actually think so. I know we said we were going to let you go first. I'm going to absolutely cut you up here. Yeah?
Oh. Okay, Pav. See you later. Bye from.
Pavan has left the chat.
Here we go.
Go on.
Tion Wayne is on every single good hip hop song that goes big here. Every single one. Like, have you ever read through like Tion Wayne's discography? And it's mainly features, but he like if it's one or two, you're thinking, yeah, okay. But it seems to me like every single song that goes big, Tion Wayne's on it. I don't know, big record. Obviously, it's his own record. Options, biggest record of that year, probably. Keisha Becky, which started a whole trend. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that song was huge. Yeah. He's obviously on that new one with KSI, which is all right. It's an okay tune in my opinion. But again, has done quite well. It's top 10. He was on Bali with Swarms. So, great song. Pompey.
Well, your point in this is that Tion Wayne's got a really good discography.
No, but I just feel like he's like
Tion Wayne is wicked.
I just think he's the GOAT. Like at the moment, I feel like in that little sphere,
he's wicked. You just can't.
It's really good.
He can do any good. He can do a rap song and it will be good because Tion Wayne's on it.
Again, he's just got that swag,
and he doesn't sound the same on every song. He's not doing the same bars. He's not doing the standard. Like the one thing I don't like about I Don't Know is because Dutchavelli does the typical drill rapper thing, which is insert football reference and then footballer. Like everyone's I was on the wing like Ronaldo, or he says I was left back like Evra, and it's like
yeah, no. But
yeah, Wade, what do you think of I Don't Know, mate?
Wade, what are you saying about I Don't Know? Wade, what are you saying about I Don't Know?
What am I saying about I Don't Know? What am I saying? Tion Wayne, I really like Tion Wayne. Dutchavelli, I like Dutchavelli, and Stormzy, I really like Stormzy. Stormzy is mostly my favourite, one of my favourite UK artists.
I got tickets for him in September, so don't know if that's
legendary.
Happening.
Forbes list, and done amazing things in community and outside of music as well. But that's
I'm proud that you went out with Maya Jama because that was levels. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Maya Jama's sick. Okay, so I don't know.
Oh wait, are we talking about Stormzy?
I don't mind.
Carry on talking. I'll just show the video.
Where's he going? Video of what?
Where's Pat? Mate, what are we talking about, mate? A bit of murky in that.
Oh, he's wearing a murky Adidas t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. If you can't see the video, Pat is literally wearing a murky t-shirt.
Right.
So I thought you do want to see the video. Check YouTube out.
I thought he just bent down to get something. I thought he got stuck. The song in general, I don't mind it. Like, is it like? I think looking at it from a DJ point of view, will I play it and will it go absolutely off? Yes. Would I listen to it in my car? No, because I don't really listen to that music. But that's the difference. What I play and what I listen to are very different things.
Why are you not liking it? What doesn't quite work for you?
I'm bored of drill. Like, I like the three together, and if it had come out maybe 6 months ago, I'd have really liked it. I really like Stormzy's verse. I don't mind Dutchavelli's verse.
Chip on that still.
Yeah, well,
that's what I heard.
Well, whether that's true, it's all. That's the thing. Look, drill, I think, like any genre of music, can sound very samey. Maybe it's because, again, lockdown, I don't have that energy from it. So if I was playing it, I'd mostly really like it. But I can't play it.
Do you think with drill, a problem why? Because I also have that same problem with drill. Like, I'm open to the tunes and I really like, I don't know. I think the reason why it can sound a little bit samey is because the main characteristic of the music is that it's kind of like under the floor style of bass line.
Yeah, and
like I find that style.
I find like
it's got the same drum beats as well in it.
So yeah, and I find the way they rap, like their cadence is the same.
Yeah,
like and this is. You know how Migos had like the mumble rap thing?
Chris's vein on his forehead is popping out right now. He's so angry with you.
Is it? No, I'm not saying anything.
This is like, remember how Migos sort of pioneered
this is the first and last episode as a 3.
Yeah, you know how Migos pioneered the mumble rap sort of.
It's called the triplet rap. So it's like Versace was like there's triplets in the beat, and that became a thing. Yeah,
and Future like had that whole
that Snoop Dogg video, if everyone's seen it, when he was like every rapper was like, and it's just him and 50 Cent laughing their asses off at every rapper ever.
Well, that's my point. Is that like, you remember how everyone tried sounding like Migos, or in turn Future, when Future come out with the way Future raps? I think with drill, if I listen to 5, and look, I'm not a big drill fan, so like,
it could be any 5 songs and it wouldn't matter either way.
Yeah, because their cadence, it's not just the beat, the way they all flow and their bars are all the same. So like, for me, do I prefer, I don't know, Unknown T to Tion Wayne or to Dutchavelli? Most probably not. They're all the same on one song for me, because it's so similar. The song in itself, like, I'd be neutral on it because I don't dislike it. I don't love it. I think if I was DJing and we wasn't in lockdown, it would be a plus, but because I'd get the energy from people, but I don't.
I wasn't sure. Neutral. And then I was sitting there one day and it came on and I was literally sitting down and I just started skanking, sitting in my chair.
Yeah.
My window was open. Wicked. My neighbour was definitely watching.
Yeah. I think I understand what you're saying about drill, Wade. I think I personally like drill because I describe it as like gas music. Like, I like it because it's just hype. To me, as like a music fan, it's like hype music that I'd enjoy like working out to, or even at like the club and stuff. Like, it's just, I love it like when like the drill stuff comes on, because it's just like hype gas music, and it makes you feel good in that way. Like, you feel hyped. I think like definitely in drill, Abracadabra is my favourite. I don't know if
mate, Robbery remix, mate. What a tune.
Yeah, and also his new stuff. Like, Abracadabra actually dropped a new one called On Deck, which is actually a diss track, or basically a diss track to I Don't Know. If you listen to it, he like calls them out, saying they don't actually do anything.
To pick up on your point of it's a gas music and it's hype music, that is why I'm neutral on this song, because again, like, if things were normal and we were all DJing our gigs, I'd mostly love it because it would go off and the energy people would give.
You like the songs that other people dance to?
Yeah.
It makes you feel good.
Yeah, but the problem is, where I'm sitting indoors doing nothing, I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, it's great. It'd be great in a rave. Oh, wait. There's no rave.
Yeah.
But and on that bombshell,
I'm just imagining that in like a rave. That track is going to go off. And it's the views that track is getting and the hype it's getting from like in the UK, like, it's going to be one that's going to stick.
I'm quite surprised you're so big on drill, like, from your because you're so like, not so, but because you're very producer
white guy
focused.
From Essex that produces house music likes drill. That's the headline.
Yeah, but it's just
I think
it doesn't work, but that's why it works.
Yeah, for me, obviously, it's like a music scene that it's gonna be quite, I don't want to say difficult to me to like.
You're not exactly the target audience as such.
No, but the thing is,
that's not. It's more that weren't my point towards Chris. It was because of the fact that it's so musically in tune.
Do you know what, for me? Do you know what it is? It's just
especially
like when I was younger.
There's not that much melody, is there?
Yeah. I think what it is when I was younger, I used to listen to dubstep, and then dubstep kind of moved on to, and then kind of fed into kind of grime.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then like obviously grime was like huge when I was at school. Like it's what we all like loved. And then obviously grime kind of that's next episode. And then grime kind of went on to drill, and then it's kind of that appreciation for like the UK scene in that way. It's just kind of continued on into drill, and now I kind of really like it. Combined with seeing how well acts like Pop Smoke and the other drill guys are received in the UK, like it's infectious. Like you can't not enjoy it. It's just so hype. But it definitely comes from kind of dubstep, really, like that, and just the bass. If you think like the mood and the bass lines of the tracks and stuff, I mean, it's not in like a completely different vein. Like there are links there, like So that for me, it's just the mood of the track.
So it's what we're feeling.
And you're definitely sometimes in the right mind to enjoy it.
I mean, so me and Chris are plus. Wade, neutral.
Yeah, neutral.
Are you going for a minus?
No, neutral. Okay. Like, there's nothing bad about it. It's just the fact that music that I find like hype.
You're just indifferent.
Yeah, I need that live aspect of it. As in, I can't have that now because I'm stuck in my room because of coronavirus.
Yeah, guys. So I mean, last thing I want to talk about today, for the first pod, last topic of the first pod, it's getting emotion. Nathan Dorr, big DJ. He's my big Villa brethren. We're both big Villa fans. He's got a song with KSI coming out soon. I mean, he's doing great recently. Flowers missed top 10 by about 300 sales apparently. Great tune. Sounds good. Apparently he makes zero publishing off that song though, because it all goes to Sweet Female Attitude. Yeah, that's the only way he could get it out. Cashing
in if you're Sweet Female Attitude.
Oh yeah, man. They are sorting that. But yeah, song with KSI coming out Friday. What does everyone think of that? Has anyone really listened to much KSI?
Heard his new one called, I think, Killer.
What do you think about that? Because I actually quite like it. And I'm not always a huge fan of his music, but I do like that.
I mean, honestly, I like the hook, his verses, especially if you watch the lyric video. I mean, just have a watch of that lyric video and listen to the verses. But the hook is
I think that can do a lot of artists dirty, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
Some. I think it's cool though. Like the hook's cool.
Well, thanks for being so enthusiastic about it, mate. That's really helpful for me.
I actually, for me, like obviously with KSI and stuff, like when I was like growing up, I used to like watch his YouTube like all the time. Like when he was like just on FIFA and like his.
Do you think that's kind of hindered it a little bit? Do you think the fact for me, that you remember that 16-year-old kid that was like road to Division 1, and now it's like he's trying to be top 40 artist, and you're like, maybe if we were like 3 years younger it would work, but like it's not quite there.
I just think, in being completely honest, like it's a very like money fueled thing. I mean, he's like collaborating with all these like rappers and stuff,
Rick Ross,
artists that are like
who didn't pay for those features
guys. Well, I'm sure they're doing quite nicely, Rick Ross and these guys.
Oh yeah. Okay, I mean, well, let's talk about that song, Down Like That. Produced by SX, Wolf Mandem. Shout out SX, big producer. Boom. Actually, really good. If you listen to SX's general music, actually really, really good. But yeah, the Rick Ross, Little Baby, Down Like That. I thought that was a really good song, but I think that's because of SX's. I think that's because of SX's hook. If I'm honest, that was quite good. Obviously, I was at the fight, so you know what I mean. Like, I got back the boys.
KSI is a funny one for me because I actually not maybe his biggest fan musically or on YouTube or anything, but I've actually got like major respect for KSI just for carving out a lane in YouTube and then going off and doing a music.
He's the only
career.
guy that's doing it kind of to a big level.
Yeah, and the fact that even his music does well, it's not like it charts. Two
top 10s now.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not like he's. You know how you get these actors or movie stars or YouTubers, whoever,
and they'll make
who suddenly want to be a rapper, or it doesn't. It feels quite like this is something he wants to do, and now he's got the platform to do it. I don't mind that song.
Really well. He's a force of nature. Like he's absolutely, he's one in a million. Like he's absolutely got that unreal drive to make it work.
Bar from KSI, obviously carving out a lane in stuff that we've never done or anyone's ever done. What do we think the track with Nathan Dawe will be like? Sound like? Obviously, when
it's a house tune. The song's called Lighter. It's in the same kind of style as Cheating and Flowers. I'm not sure if it's a remake of a song or an original tune because they've not really released much. But their whole thing with this campaign is that they're trying to make the tune number one, which I think could be the only way that Nathan Dawe gets some, like, no disrespect to him, but as in, like, I feel like with the trajectory that he's gone on over the last sort of 12 months with Cheating, like he was a big DJ anyway, then you get Cheating and then Flowers just blew and we were like, yeah, Flowers is sick. And then I think KSI's almost like the only artist that would, unless he did a song with Drake, which is obviously pretty much unattainable unless you're like best for, like, I feel like KSI's like that one artist that will just be like whoop straight in, going from, it will like give him the leg up.
It will basically give him the push up that he needs. But like, do we I don't know, like, I think
I'm not sure how it's going to sound.
Yeah, see, I don't know, like the track's got sort of like, it's going to go left or right, isn't it? It's either going to be absolutely
like it could be absolute
hit
dog
song
shit, basically.
Yeah, or it could do that. Like, I don't know, I feel like, and this is no disrespect to either one. Is that the fact that KSI is obviously a big name talent in the YouTube world and trying to carve it out musically and doing well. Nathan Dawe's a big name in the music and DJ world.
Also, the record is signed to Atlantic as well.
It is signed to Atlantic. So look, it's going to have a big push. It's going to be well produced, and I'm not being funny. Atlantic and their two camps, their two separate camps, ain't going to let them put out something really, that's mediocre.
It's a brilliant collaboration. Like,
I think it's a great idea for someone like Nathan Dawe. I think it really works. He's like obviously got good. He's got good socials and stuff like that.
I hope it goes well for him, 100%.
I think,
I love the way Chris is like, oh yeah, I hope it goes well for him. Yeah, and they're really nice. I'm not gonna play it. I hope it goes well though.
That's normally what when people don't like stuff. That's normally what they say. They're like, oh yeah, I think he's an asshole.
No. Listen,
I hope it goes well for him
though. Listen. Big shouts to Nathan Dawe. Like,
someone's trying to get a collab. Bloody hell, mate.
No, it's true. Like, he used to play all my.
He played all your Grilla Culture stuff.
Yeah. He used to like support all that stuff.
Chris, is it Chris? Your nose? Guy, is there something on your nose, mate? Nose is looking a little bit brown, mate.
I'm just telling the truth,
and that's coming from me.
Yeah, well, mate, he played all the tracks we were making, and like,
I actually rate that hard. He was
like absolute like sound guy.
Support the Grilla Culture thing, lads.
Yeah, and he's always used to like chat to me and Wade as well. Wade, you played for him like loads of times, like top guy. I am, and again, a great work ethic.
Just me that needs to meet
sound guy.
Look, I think Chris has got good experiences. I wish him all the best. Chris has got good experiences with Nathan Dawe from playing his music and DJing with him. I've DJed with him, got good experiences. I featured his Kojo Funds Check remix on a mix I did on Kiss Fresh, and he reached out to me. But he reached out to me and like thanked me for supporting it, and like supported the mix and stuff like that. Like, so to be honest, not a lot of DJs or producers would do that.
Ever.
There was two guys that reached out to me, which were one Nathan Dawe, who we're talking about, and two was D James, who people know from Red Bull Freestyle and DJ City.
Wait, he's the current champion, isn't he?
Wicked DJ.
UK champion, yeah. And they
they haven't done the real one yet, have they?
Yeah, and they both reached out to me for featuring their edits or tracks or whatever it is I featured. So I got a lot of respect from both separately and together. But
that's sick, yeah.
I think Nathan Dawe is commercially blowing up. Like, he's not had Joel Corey success. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, even with he's not had Joel Corey success. But I don't think he's far off it.
Yeah, you look at Nathan Dawe and you're not thinking talentless twat. You're thinking, no, he's all right, and like you want to see people that are good doing good things, kind of thing. And you're thinking, he's a sick guy.
Really nice guy, very very smart, and an unreal worker.
Yeah, genius.
How can you not wish him well? Like,
I heard that he spent over £50,000 in Facebook ads, though.
Yeah,
he said that, and I'm like, that's mad.
And now he's got a track coming out of KSI.
And signed to Atlantic.
And signed to Atlantic.
Which is like basically as good. If you're signed to Atlantic, it's like doesn't really get any better. Like the only way you can get better than that is if you get signed to Interscope, but that's just because Dre.
Is Interscope not in Universal?
Interscope is on Universal, and then an offshoot of Interscope is like Aftermath and all that kind of stuff.
Look, I think getting signed to any major record label is an achievement.
But as in, like, we're talking like for I don't know, like, as hip hop heads, I think that's like literally like if you were like if they're like, oh, you have to drop your record label, like the only one you're doing it for is Aftermath, really, innit? Because Dre, if Dre's like, I'll make you a tune, you're like,
well, look, let's face it, like, how many DJs that come up as DJs get signed?
Nathan Dorr, and that's it.
Joel Corey, Nathan Dorr,
James
Joel
Hype.
Corey, James Hype.
Who's probably signed.
Big shouts to James Hype.
Yeah, I think James Hype signed to Atlantic.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, like, what would be...
It's 3 of 10,000 DJs.
Yeah, and we all know Pav would, if any record label reached out to him, especially Aftermath, Pav, bang, bang.
Oh. I mean,
imagine that.
What I want to say to all the record labels out there is, in my mind, I've already pre-signed, so if you could just send the advance, we'll all be good.
Chris, what would be your record label, dream record label, if they asked you to sign?
I think I know the answer.
I know the answer.
For Chris. I know the answer because you've been plugging it for weeks, mate. Can I guess? And you can just
Defected.
Yeah,
talking about Defected. Oh no, I'd love a record on Defected. That would be good.
Or Spinning. Let's be honest, everyone wants to be on Spinning.
Spinning. Yeah, Spinning. Like, I mean, if you get
actually, I know yours.
Go on.
It's Fool's Gold, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Of course,
that'd be a vibe.
Big shout to A-Track.
So
imagine Fool's Gold.
Basically, Chris is the only one that has this attainable.
Pav, to be honest, there's a long list. So we'll have to start somewhere.
Just make that many songs and then sign one to each record label. Like sign the single.
I don't think I could pick. Like, mine would be a toss up between Mad Decent, which is Diplo's label, if anyone didn't know that.
Shouts to Diplo.
Fool's Gold, which is Nick Catch Dubs and A-Track's label, or Young Money, which is obviously Lil Wayne's label.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna get paid for that, mate.
Mate, I don't need to get paid for it. I just do a few tours with Wayne and I'm straight.
You're done.
Mate, tour DJing's no joke.
Moral of the story for all club promoters listening: Wade doesn't need to get paid; he just needs the validation.
So I need to get paid. I need to get
paid. Listen, Birdman is sat back in his chair right now, just smiling, just like counting his.
Birdman's just there, man. Another one.
I think that's the wrong one, mate.
I think that's the wrong. In that DJ Khaled,
that's the wrong one. I think that's the wrong one, mate.
All Good Music, which is Kanye's label, but I'm not helping with the presidential election, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a minute, I think that would be an interesting meeting, mate. You might be in tears by the end of it.
Well, giving people $1 million per baby. Look, I think.
Good Lord.
I think the Nathan Dorr KSI thing. What's everyone's plus, neutral, minus on what you think the song will be like? Do you think it's going to be a plus, neutral, or minus?
I think the song's going to be neutral, but I think for Nathan, like we just said, I feel like he's someone that I want to see be successful kind of thing, because he just feels so genuine. Like you said, like we've just messaging, like you played his tune on a mix and it, like he might, like realistically, most people wouldn't even have found the mix, and he's found the mix, however, and then he's been like, then he's had to find you.
No, I think I tagged everyone that I featured multiple times.
Yeah, but like it's like out of, even if you tagged him 50 times, that's like 50 of like 10,000 a day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's getting tagged proper fan mail, not me saying like tagging him for a track I've played.
Like he's someone that I look at and I think, I hope that he does well. Yeah. But I don't think the song's going to be that great. Just because I think KSI's style and his kind of lyrical ability won't sit on the kind of house tune that well. Having listened to a reasonable amount of his music, he's more of that sort of 70 BPM kind of like rap kind of sound, like real rap kind of sound kind of thing.
I generally have no idea what the track could sound like. I'm excited to hear what it's going to sound like. Thanks for
being as educated as the rest of us, mate.
No, but as in like I cannot even begin to...
So you have no idea
like what could that sound like? I'm so excited to hear.
Have you guys seen the preview? Have you seen the trailer?
Like. I've not seen anything.
I'll send it later in the group.
You know, but I wish him all the best for the track. Like,
but yeah, guys, I think I think this is a nice time to wrap the first pod up.
Yes.
If you're listening, or if you've got this far, because we're like 2 hours in, thanks for listening. This is No Drinks in the Booth pod. Pawan Saki, Chris Watson, Wade Kadir. You can find us Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, if it all works properly. The visuals will be up on YouTube, and we're going to clip some shit up and put that kind of stuff on there. So make sure you subscribe. We are definitely going to spam the link to death anyway, and you'll probably have seen it. But yeah, anything else, or shall we call it quits, guys?
Yeah, done. Done. Like, share, subscribe, all the
like, share, subscribe, follow.
Big ups for listening. Big ups.
Oh yeah, actually, maybe like, share, subscribe the No Drinks in the Booth podcast and all of us.
Yeah, if you want to follow us, you can check out our Instagram, No Drinks in the Booth. You can follow me, Chris, and Wade as well while we chat shit on Instagram. All the links will be below. Or the Spotify, all the links will be. But just look in the description, and many links will appear. Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We out.
Big up.
Peace.
Big up. Love you all.